Bowling, just like any skill, can be extremely rewarding or downright frustrating. More often than not, all that frustration and disappointment happens because we weren't mentally in the right space, whether that be preparation or just reading the game situation. In this video, we'll take you through 5 mental tips, or actually mental shifts, you have to be aware of that will help you stay calm, execute on a higher level, and make you a better bowler today. Oh, and while we go through these tips, there'll be a full bowling session in the background that you can write down and go give a go next time you're at the nets.
Our first tip or mental shift we'll be looking at will be consistency. Now I know you've heard this before, but not in the sense we are looking at today. It's awesome being able to bowl 145 kilometers plus or ripping the ball square off the deck. But it all means nothing if we can't get the ball in the position or place that will be dangerous for the batter. You most definitely don't need that massive speed or spin to be a good bowler. And all that can be seen through some ex-South African players. Paul Harris got all the way to international level, representing the Proteas and having a long cricketing career, while not turning the ball all that much. And on the seam bowling side, you get Vernon Philander, who managed to elevate himself to the #1 test bowler in the world for a period of time, bowling deliveries in the low 130s or even high 120s. And don't get us wrong, if you can get your consistency and control up to an exceptional level, while having high speed or massive amounts of turn, that is a huge benefit and definitely worth pursuing. But consistency should always take top priority. Make that mental shift, work on your consistency, make sure you can hit your lines and lengths that you want to whenever you want to, and go see the massive difference in a match situation. On the point of consistency, we can directly bounce to mental shift number 2, and that is around variations. Specifically, earning the right to bowl your variations. Variations are such an awesome tool, and we firmly believe every single bowler should have a few variations they can pull out at any time and execute to extremely high level. Whether that be changing your delivery point, removing pace, opposite spin, or simple length variations. There are so many to choose from for every single bowling style out there. We have covered a plethora of variations in the past, and we'll link the playlist in the description below if you want to go check them out. So when do we actually use our variations? The simple answer is there's no correct answer to this question, but we can set ourselves some simple guidelines. When we have earned the right to bowl that variation within the match situation and within our own specific bowling game plan. The big thing is we don't want to just run in and bowl a variation for the sake of it. This will only lead to worse bowling figures and a drop in confidence. So next time you're at the top of your run-up, think about every single delivery, what you want to try and achieve from that delivery, and if your variation will fit into the plan you have for that specific ball. Talking about having a plan for every single ball, this leads us to our next mental point, and that is bowling every ball like it's your last. Way too many bowlers run in and bowl overs while simply going through emotions. This may not happen for a whole bowling spell, but we've seen it happen multiple times for a few balls at a time. And although you may be getting away with it from time to time, more often than not, during these phases, we see a momentum shift or confidence shift between the bowling side and the batting side. That could make the rest of your spell that much more difficult. Whenever we stand at the top of a run-up, we need to switch on and bowl that specific delivery with full confidence and maximum energy, like it's our last ball ever. By doing this, we will ensure that we stay switched on through our entire spell, and that we make the correct choices more often when possible, helping us stay on top of the batter and keeping the momentum on our team's side. Now please understand, that doesn't mean it's always going to go smoothly. A specific batter might still completely take you apart, and that is okay. It happens to every single bowler. But by being switched on and knowing what you wanted to do with that delivery, while giving it your all, you get a chance to learn and adapt that much quicker than when you were going through emotions. We just mentioned adaptation, and this can follow directly into our next point, mental shift number 4, and that is adapting to a role for that specific match situation. Every bowler has a specific role within a team. Some of you will be considered strike bowlers. Your job will be to try and take as many wickets as possible without going for heaps of runs. Some of you will be considered containing bowlers. Your job is to go for as little runs as possible and control the flow of the game, not necessarily taking any wickets. And then we get to the vast majority of bowlers. There will be a combination of these two roles. And that's where adaptation to the match situation comes in. In a match, you'll always be bowling in a partnership with the bowler on the other end. And although you might be considered the strike bowler, there will be times where you need to focus on consistency and simply controlling the run rate as much as possible. There's no point in you getting frustrated, not getting wickets, as they could be looking to keep you out and targeting your partner on the other end. Do the absolute best you can for your team in every single situation. Even if you have to take up a secondary role and just bowl your 10 overs for 30-yard runs without taking any wickets. What's awesome is you will also get the other side of the stick, where your job is simply containing, and through that whole process you manage to get a bunch of wickets. Always try and adapt to what your team needs from you in every single situation in a match, and we promise your overall bowling will become that much better. Our final point for mental shift will be a two-parter, and that is game plan and enjoyment. We touched on game plan quite a few times throughout this video, but we didn't go into any detail, and ultimately a game plan is something that is unique to every single player. We have covered how to create a bowling game plan in a video long ago, and we'll link it in the description below, so make sure to go check it out if you don't have your own bowling game plan yet. To simply touch on it, a game plan is there to make sure that you have the highest chance of success in any situation, and with that success ultimately comes an increase in the amount of enjoyment you get. Cricket is much more fun when you do well and look to enjoy every single moment. Getting it for a massive 6 might feel really bad in the moment, but it does make a great story to share later down the line when you are sitting at a table with your friends talking about some of your favorite moments, or at least least favorite moments in this case. Enjoy every single season, game, spell, over and ball, because you never know when it might be your last one. Thank you to all the members for supporting this channel, making it easier for us to produce videos like these. To see another video, click in the top left corner. We'll see you there.